Okay, questions?
Mayor, there's a lot of talk about a dedicated funding source for transit. What do you imagine that looks like, and what kind of timetable, I guess, are you looking at in terms of bringing something forward?
Well, from an Orange County perspective, sometime within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we will announce a plan and a strategy going forward. And so at that time, it is our goal to try to get some type of referendum on the ballot in the November 2020 elections. But the mechanics of what we will go after, I'll leave that for another day to explain. But some of our other counties already have initiatives on the ballot, and so I don't know if any of our chairs from our other counties want to address any ballot initiatives that you may have for.
We don't have any on in Seminole. We passed ours for the third time in 2016, so 2025 the next time that everybody starts talking about it in 2025. But our revenue generates about $73 million a year, and 25% of that goes to our schools. The rest is split between the 7 cities and the county for transportation, infrastructure, and stormwater projects.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a similar.
Come closer.
Yeah, we
In
can.
Lake County, we have a similar mini sales tax. We divide ours up a little bit more among parks, as well as infrastructure and public safety infrastructure. So there has been some discussion about taking a referendum out the ability of gas tax that would just be strictly for ongoing road needs and transportation needs. We haven't gotten too far in that discussion quite yet, but we're primarily relying on that penny sales tax that passed a couple years ago.
Mayor Demings, you kind of mentioned a couple of the major companies who came into the area, including Lockheed, and kind of creating sort of a haven for sort of business development in the area. Do you have any sort of plan as to how you're going to draw it, whether it's like qualified investments into job creation or other methods that might help?
Well, we do want to show ourselves as being business friendly here, and many of the companies that have been here for many years, like Lockheed Martin, are companies that are billion-dollar companies, have multi-billion-dollar economic impact on our region. So we do want to continue working with them. We have to make certain that we have a ready workforce, and so it is very critical that the relationships and the partnerships we have with the universities here is a good relationship, because many of the high-tech businesses that are here and potentially will move here are going to depend on having that ready workforce. And so I have to say that having the University of Central Florida here in our community is a tremendous asset as the second largest university in the nation, and the largest now, at least in terms of enrollment within the state of Florida. They produce a number of employees that are working, as you heard me talk about earlier today, at some of our manufacturing plants like Mitsubishi, like Lockheed, and many of the others. Certainly within the modeling and simulation industry, they're in the research park around UCF. There's a great relationship there as well. But we're trying to grow that. What we're trying to do is grow our economy and diversify our economy with higher paying jobs that are focused more in the STEM areas, the science, technology, engineering, and math. And that brings tremendous opportunity for us. But we also have to take care of our bread and butter and work with our tourism community. And even within tourism, there's a innovation and technology space. When you think about our theme parks, they are all immersed with new experiences at their respective theme parks. That's really all about innovation and technology.
Mayor,
Yes.
due to the hardship that Puerto Rico is living right now, a lot of people that are moving businesses to Central Florida. So how can develop that business coming from Puerto Rico?
Well, we have a number of entities that assist with individuals who want to start up their businesses here. We're fortunate to have the National Entrepreneur Center, which is located at the Fashion Square Mall area. And within the space that the NEC has there is Prospera, which is there to assist Spanish-speaking businesses with their startups, as well as Hispanic Chamber. They're co-located there. So I would encourage any of the individuals who are looking to start up a business that may be from Puerto Rico to make sure that they take advantage of the resources there at the National Entrepreneur Center.
Mayor, can you talk about, and we know that, and we talked about the future a lot in this press, just, what you guys are going to do in the next 5 to 10 years to keep Orange County a business destination, not just a tourist destination?
Well, we have been leading in a number of different indicators, and business is one of those, because when you're growing, there are others who see that when they invest here in terms of a business investment, they can get a significant return on their investment. So that's the beauty of what's happening in our area. I firmly believe that as we continue to grow, it's a positive thing for our overall metropolitan area, because if we stop growing, then we're one day closer to dying as a community. And we've seen what happens in industrialized cities around the nation when they stop growing and people begin to move out. People are moving in here, and you heard today, for the entire region, and a net of about 1,500 people per week. And that, our economist is here. He said to you that it appears that that's going to sustain itself for the foreseeable future. So we're just trying to what kind of community we want to be with the growth that's coming. And so our elected officials and other organizations here, our private sector partners, are part of that decision-making process as we define what type of community we're going to be as a region. So thank you all for coming today and participating in this experience. Questions?
Can we get some from
I was
Sean?
waiting on you to do that.
Yeah. Sean, I know you talked about your forecast, but can we kind of get it more in a friendly, I guess, news soundbite, aspect? Just
well, I minored in soundbite college, as it turns out. No, I mean, Orange County, the Orlando metro area is particularly strong in terms of economic growth. It's been driven by policies and entities that have helped facilitate and catalyze that growth. More people come into the area, be it from northern U.S. or Puerto Rico, just feeds it. And so I think the challenge that was discussed today is, how do we shape that growth? It's going to happen when we make it transpire in a way that we get the maximum benefit from it.
Is there any segments that you see that are going to grow more, like technological areas or anything like that? You see growth being better?
I think the thing with technology and the mayor and other panelists is other sectors. There's a lot of talk about tourism, which has continued to strengthen and will continue to strengthen. I mean, there's tremendous things on the horizon there, but within tourism, there are high-tech jobs and there are high-skilled, high-wage jobs, and I think sometimes that gets overlooked. So that spills out beyond the sector, and growth in like finance, for example, is something we're predicting to pick up over the next several years. But tourism will remain strong. Construction, professional business services, these are white-collar jobs, high-paying jobs. And I think our tourism industry is so large that sometimes it casts a shadow on what's been happening outside of the sector. Medical City in Lake Nona is exploding, and there's no Harry Potter element as far other than my kids over in Lake Nona. And so those are jobs in high-tech, high-paying sectors. And so there is growth beyond tourism, but certainly it is bread and butter.
Is there, I know we focus on Orange County here in Orlando, but is there any other counties in Central Florida that you're looking at, you're saying, wow, this area is really going to start blowing up here in the next couple of years?
I mean, the Orlando metro area is a 4-county area, okay? Orange County is at the heart of that. Osceola Lake, Seminole, the leaders from these counties were on the panel today talking about what's happening there. And, they've all got their own clusters that are growing and expanding. And there is a feedback effect, between all our counties and between the other metro areas in our region. As one grows, the neighboring counties will benefit from that. And so it's a virtuous cycle that's underway in Central Florida.
How do you see the development of the train between Orlando and Tampa?
Well, having just driven I-4 down to Tampa a few days ago, I'm eagerly awaiting an alternative method to get between the two cities. But I've said for years, the I-4 corridor is the new breadbasket for Florida when it comes to economic growth possibilities, because just geography of expanding are tremendous. And as the mayor's talked about today, transportation is a key element here. I mean, we're not a tiny town anymore. We're really on the brink of becoming a very major metropolitan area, and we need a major transportation network to facilitate that. Was that soundbite enough?
Yes, soundbite enough.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, no, I can't tell you.